viewers, this is Achal Puri on Spotify with Taaza Talks. Today, we are welcoming our esteemed guest. She is transforming lives since 2012 through powerful holistic healing techniques like EFT and NLP. So, let's dive into a conversation on growth, healing, and transformation with Fatima Zaveri, ma'am. So, हमारे स्टूडियो में ताज़ा टॉक्स के स्टूडियो में मैम आ चुकी हैं. So, we are welcoming our esteemed guest, Fatima, ma'am.
Thank you, Achalji.
Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
जी
Namaskar, everybody as well.
जी
all the-
ma'am. So, ma'am, your journey in holistic healing started in 2012. Okay. So, what was the turning point that led you into this field?
Okay, so I'll just correct you there. Uh, 2012, I started the thing, but my journey actually started in 2009-10.
Okay.
And interestingly, it started with a coffee reader. So a few of my friends said, why don't you go to, they were going to all kinds of places. So they said, why don't you go to a coffee reader? So my journey started actually, if I would give my thanks to, is she's no more, to her. And, she said a lot of things to me, and I didn't understand one single word because it all seemed like some jumble mumble to me. And she said a lot of things. But her journey is the one where it led me to many clairvoyants, many masters, many teachers. And another turning point where we are talking about 2012 was I was already a part of um, a place called the Ancient School of Wisdom in Bangalore. And there also I happened to we went for a flower arrangement picnic, and this lady sits over there and she says, you can come to satsangs. She used to have this spiral of wisdom, and she used to call them satsangs. And I was thinking the airport was not made those days. And I'm thinking she wants us to come all the way. This lady's mad. And she tells me, Fatima, you can come. It's at the Rest House Road. It was just 10 minutes walk away, 10, 15 minutes walk away from my house near MG Road. And I was like, okay, I find myself walking. And she says, you think you've come here by yourself? Your mom has sent you here. And she started to describe my mom to me, and I was like shocked. What is this? And she was a she was a woman with unconditional love, is what we speak about, but you've never felt it. And that's what I felt over there. And she was the one who led me into a lot of learning, a lot of understanding. Those days, hypnotherapy and past life regression were few people only had heard. But she had teachers coming, international teachers coming from the school and doing things. And during those days, one of the lady introduced me to the journey, which was by Brandon Bayes. And she was having a 3-day seminar. And when I went for a book reading, I said, I want to go there. Somehow I landed up going there. And that was the turning point actually in my life. I am speaking from 227 to 28, but I was still understanding what was happening and what was, if I am joining the dots now, this is how I was led into my whole, understanding. And there, I had no idea that I had frozen emotions. I didn't even know that there was something called emotions because we were living our life as we are living, as we normal people don't think that this is for us, right? But there I discovered emotions that I have never ever dealt with, emotions that I've never looked into it. And that was my first step actually into the understanding of the awareness that there are emotions. And I remember the very first process that we had in that room for 3 days. And I felt like I was walking on air. That is, that is the kind of freedom I felt. And And I didn't want to stop there. She said, you can come as an assist team to Delhi and sorry, Bombay. And I went there. And of course, the journey continued after that. But beside journey, there were other things which came into my life. One was EFT, and one became, you know, one learning after the other. Transaction analyzes, you name it. And I started to understand more and more of human mind and body. And that's how my journey started.
Wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, you work with modalities like EFT and NLP.
Yes.
So, can you explain in simple terms how these actually help people transform their lives?
Okay. Basically, both of them work at mind body connection. But EFT is a tapping, we tap on the meridians, which are the acupressure points in the body,
Okay.
easing the emotions which are stored at the body level. Because any trauma, any anxiety, any stress, we have the emotions which are stored there, which we are not aware of it. So when we tap on those acupressure points, we're able to release the intensity, the impact of the emotion then. Of course, the story remains, the story doesn't go away,
Mm-hmm.
but the emotion doesn't have any impact on you at all. And NLP is about the beliefs that we hold on to. It's about what we believe about ourselves, about the world, and how we have created those beliefs by seeing people, uh, you know, by hearing them, by feeling them. And basically, EFT rewires the brain as well. Sorry, NLP rewires those beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why both the techniques, if I were to look at it in one way, are very powerful by themselves. But again, as we look at EFT, it's like, it's very fast. I have this fear, so okay, tap on the fear, and uh, you feel the release immediately. I
Okay.
mean, many examples to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how does inner work translate into real world success and confidence?
Yeah. So when your inner world is, if I were to look at it as clear, you're aligned to do what you need to do. But the moment when we operate from fear,
Mm-hmm.
do what we want to do, there'll be a failure. You know, my relationship don't work. I don't have enough money. I don't get whatever. But when we are from working from confidence, when we are confident about what we are doing, how we are doing, then you basically, if I were to look at it, inner work exposes the root cause of a failure, a fear of failure, a rejections, and you know any kind of things, and even a success. It all depends again back onto how we look at ourselves and where you coming from. So everything comes back to where am I coming from.
Great.
Hmm.
Okay. So, ma'am, what is the biggest misconception people have about healing and personal growth?
Okay. So healing basically is not linear. Okay. Everybody thinks, okay, I had 3 sessions today, and how am I not healing? Healing is like peeling the layers of the onion, right? Sometimes things happen to us in the here and now. It's happening to me in the now, but when I go back into the past, that's where my root cause is. So you
Mm-hmm.
uncover that past. And sometimes it is not one. Uh, so I'll give you my own example. Okay. So when I did the journey, and what I uncovered was my father's non-acceptance. So I remember his words. Why did in Gujarati he said, "Why did you have to bring her here?"
Mm.
So as a child of 5 or 6, right? What goes into me is anger, fear, sadness, rejection, not accepted, not loved. I can name as many emotions as I can, right? But what had happened at any given time, I would process, I would come up with one emotion, right? And I would think, oh, why only this memory has to come up? And it's like I was peeling the onions of where I was not loved, where I was not accepted. So
Okay.
that's what, that's what I tell them,
Yeah.
that, yeah, sorry. Have I answered your question or did I go out of the way? Um,
Mhm. So, can you share a powerful transformation story from your journey that truly impacted you?
okay. So I have many, many stories. Now, I'll speak about this gentleman who was about around 60, 65 years old. He had come from London and he was in a house for 6 months.
Okay.
He had not watched any TV, no newspaper, no book, nothing. He was in total depression. He
Okay.
needed a 24/7 person with him. And of course, he was on a walker. He couldn't
Okay.
walk. He would walk from his room to the dining table, say about not hardly 10 steps.
Okay.
And his mother and wife had called me. And so he was not accepting at the first, but then he slowly started to open up. In fact, the very second day, his wife sends me a message. He's picked up a newspaper today. I said, okay. Maybe few sessions. Oh, and she said he's ordered some books.
Mm-hmm.
And he's and I'm to cut it short, few sessions, and he was going out. He said, today I went out for lunch. I said, wow. He was not meeting anybody. He was not doing anything with anyone. And in fact, I remember the very first time he's telling me, I want to jump from this balcony. I feel like jumping from this balcony. Imagine a 62-year-old man telling me that.
Mm.
And because he had two surgeries and he was in London, now he was in his mother-in-law's house. And naturally, a man who had lived his life to the fullest, who had worked all his life, and here he's in India and dependent on other people. He couldn't take it. But slowly, his what do you call this came out. He didn't need the 24/7 man. He
Mm.
was gonna stick there.
Oh.
Yeah, and by I think by not even 2 months, he was totally the normal human, interacting, going out, doing everything that he wanted to do.
Wow.
So, and as I said, there are many stories, but this being the extreme. So what happens is, see, when a person who comes with anxiety or comes with fear and anger, right? They make a shift, but you don't see it physically.
Mm.
But when you see a physical shift, is you know that how powerful it is. People will say, "Oh, I don't get angry now." You know that they have made the shift, but they don't realize how big the shift was. Oh,
Mm.
I'm not into fear anymore, and they are. I mean, I have another success story. If you want me to say it, it's about a lady with cancer,
Mm.
and she was in a wheelchair. And this gentleman told me that um, he didn't expect anything because she was undergoing treatment. But talking to her and making her do EFT tapping, she, I think on the third time, she says, I saw my mother walking in the house today. And they went to the doctor, and the doctor said, we were supposed to give her 7 chemotherapies, but now I think this last 3 or 4 is enough for her. She came back to a normal, health, and they said she's absolutely fine. And of course, she was fine um, till I think this was many, many years back. I'm talking about till one day a daughter-in-law came and she said, I have seen. See, when uh, another person from the family comes and tells you, you know what an impact it has had on them as well.
Mhm.
I have seen my mother-in-law shift from the time she started speaking to you till the time she, passed away. She passed away of heart attack, by the way. Her cancer was cured.
Oh.
Ah, and she says, I have seen, and I've come to you today because I have seen the shift in her. So this is how, as I said, I have many, many stories, and my stories can just go, uh, you know, uh,
So, in today's fast paced world, how can someone start their healing journey without feeling overwhelmed?
Okay. Uh, Firstly, we have to understand that again, we're not here to fix anything. We're here to become aware of ourselves and to create a better relationship with ourselves. Because when I am not aware uh, of how am I feeling, right? I'm not even aware that I'm stuck, but I am stuck. So, firstly, is to become aware. Is what am I feeling right now? Where do I feel it in my body? And what is it trying to tell me? Or
Mhm.
I would say, what am I trying to connect to? It's not about fixing anything, but understanding, becoming aware would be the first, um, you know, way to ground yourself. Okay, I am aware this is happening to me, and what do I need to do?
Mhm.
So, um, when I speak about emotions, so in the journey process, when I have somebody come to me, if I'm doing a process and if they're feeling the fear, it's not like we're pushing the fear away. I say, okay, bring it up, make it even bigger, 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 right into the core of it and see what's in the core of this fear, what's in the center of it. And they'll have another emotion. And as we spoke about that one as well, the other question that you had. So it's like peeling the layers again. And they'll have many more emotions coming up until they come to rejected, not loved, not accepted. And so we don't push them away.
Hmm.
We feel them.
Yes. Ma'am, how do emotional wounds from the past affect our present decisions and relationships?
So I would look at past wounds are the lens through which you experience the present. Because they shape our perception. Whatever has happened in the past, if you are seeing reality as it is, like I think I'll give you with an example itself. I have this girl whose parents married very young, and
Mm-hmm.
they married, you know, without the concept of the family and the family. So she's seen through, even after it was a love marriage, how
Mm-hmm.
the parents fought all the time. Take it. But when she is in the year and now, she has had relationships which has been traumatic for her. You know, they have been abusive relationship. And the last one, she says, she thinks he's a calm person. He does everything and whatever he does. And one of the days he didn't do something, and she was so angry. She must have lashed at him. But when he lashed out, he literally took her to the wall and crashed on the floor where blood came out. And of course, it was in Canada. So, the usual, the police came in and everything happened. And even though she says, I triggered him, he was still behind bars because he's the one who did it. He abused her
Mm-hmm.
at the end of it, right? The blood came out. So again, that's how the lens that we look at, where we are not. Sometimes we look at what has happened to them,
Mm-hmm.
and we think it in our own life without even realizing it. So
Right,
what we heal is the past, so that we can make our future better.
right. Ma'am, what role does mindset play in achieving long-term happiness and success?
Uh, Sorry, I didn't get what you said. What role?
I said, what role does mindset play in achieving
My
long-term happiness and success?
Okay. So our mindset again depends on our beliefs, our perception. What do I believe about myself? Uh, am I good enough? Am I a people pleaser? Have I been rejected?
Mm-hmm.
So when what is coming again back from the past that we play out in this here and now, and we are not being aware of it because it's all at the unconscious level. The unconscious part is what is happening to us. We're not aware. Okay, I mean, she wouldn't be doing it consciously, yeah, right? She's not doing anything consciously. This girl that I'm talking about, it's all unconscious patterns which keeps coming up. And that's how our mindset, even if we try to be positive, okay, I'm going to be positive, right? But have I released the old to create the new? When I don't release the old, how do I create the new? Because my emotions are still there and I'm not able to release that old. How will I create the new way?
Hmm. Right. If someone feels stuck in life right now, so what
Hmm.
is the first step you recommend that they take?
Okay. Uh, so, firstly, I would ask him to pause
Hmm.
and understand what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling. And nowadays, I generally use a tapping method. Okay, this is what I'm feeling. And where do I feel in the body? And how does it make me feel again?
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling in the body. Maybe I'm feeling the pain. Maybe I'm feeling the stress. Maybe I'm feeling the anger. So, how does it make me feel? And what am I feeling about this anger or fear or whatever it is? So, anger for not getting what you wanted in your life, maybe it could be rejection, again, for not receiving what you wanted. So, how many times you've been rejected? So, every emotion has an underlying, uh, you know, what I would say, an understanding into it. We are never in our consciously, we will not be that, right? It's the unconscious mind again that takes up because this is what I've seen, this is how I felt, this is how I grew up, and this is what my belief system is. Again, we come back to our belief system. What do I believe in? Okay, so if I believe that I'm confident, automatically I will create that confidence and I will work with that confidence in my life, right? But the moment I feel that, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of pleasing, people pleasing, then where am I working from is fear.
Mm.
So, how can I give the best if I'm working from fear?
Right. So, ma'am, let's do one rapid fire round with you.
Ajay,
Healing or hustle?
healing,
Mind or heart?
heart,
Meditation or motivation?
meditation,
One word for transformation.
freedom.
EFT or NLP, your favorite?
Uh, I would say both are my favorite. They're very hard to choose.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, but EFT is very instant, as I said. It's a immediate a pill effect. Immediate pill effect is what I would say.
Okay. Morning routine or night reflection?
Uh, so sometimes morning in the meditation, there is a lot of reflection as well as the night. So it's very difficult to choose between the two.
Okay.
But yeah, I suppose
Books or podcast?
uh, podcast as of now. Uh,
Gee. One habit for a better life.
one habit for a better life is to become aware.
Yeah.
Awareness, I would look into it.
Your life mantra in one line.
Heal woman, heal lineage.
Gee. Ma'am, if I talk about the women of our country,
Right.
Some women's are, just stuck with their life because of toxic relationship. Some women are stuck with the financial crisis, but they have got the hidden talents. तो
Right.
उनके लिए आपका क्या मैसेज रहेगा एज एन कोच?
Okay. So, firstly, come out of the fear. Come out of the fear of being rejected. Come out of the fear of being abandoned. Because in our life, in our Indian society, or even others, otherwise I've seen uh, around the world, there's a lot of fear of being abandoned. Okay? So if I don't please them, I will be abandoned. So I must keep working and doing what everybody wants because that's how my mother did.
Hmm.
Until I don't please everyone in the house, I'm not good enough. Again, we come back to that.
Right. And how can people approach you directly for your services? कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप हैं?
I am on mostly on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn.
Okay.
I also have Google. What is it called? Google. What do we call it? Google search also.
Google search, yes. Fine. So you share all the links with me so that we can put up the links of your under your episode.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank,
So
thank you.
it was really incredible conversation with Fatima ma'am, and एपिसोड रिलीज होते ही लिंक्स शेयर कर दिए जाएंगे. लिंक्स के नीचे ही आपको मैम के लिंक्स मिलेंगे. You just need to connect with her for the direction and the right path. So thank you very much. Stay tuned. Thank you
Thank,
very much, ma'am.
thank you so much.